We'll call the meeting of Board of Selectmen to order at 6:45. The first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the regular meeting of January 23rd, 2018.
Make a motion to approve the minutes, January 23rd, 2018.
I second. All those, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 3, or the second item really, is to appoint Maria Lucarelli to the South Central EMS Council. Deep River has been not represented at this council for about a year. I wasn't really aware of such a thing, but there is the district of South Central has a council where they get together and they talk about who owes what, who's doing what, and all that kind of thing. Maria has been involved with our EMS for quite a long time, and she's expressed an interest and was recommended by Jen Comer to do this. So I'm recommending that we appoint her. There is not a term to expire. I'm not 100% certain that she's required to be appointed, but I think I'd like to just to make sure. So I will make the motion to appoint Maria Lucarelli to the South Central EMS Council.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Well, we need to add an item to the agenda. I'd like to add it here between 3 and 4 to discuss and make revisions to the employee handbook in regards to insurances. So if you could make that motion, we would.
I'd like to make a motion to have discussion on the town's employee handbook and make some revisions.
Okay, I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. In preparations for the negotiations for the contract, I was going through the handbook and also the contract as well, the union contract, and found a number of items that need to be corrected or revised a little bit, tweaked a little bit, if you will. I think these two, after discussion with the town attorney, should be done as soon as possible. So we'll wait to do more later on and make it a regular item on the agenda. But if you look at 8.8 term life insurance, there is a line in there that that a certain amount of money, $50,000 for each full-time employee and elected official under the age of 70 shall be provided with term life insurance. Later on in that same line, the town shall also provide and pay for $50,000 of insurance for full-time employees and elected officials in the event of an accidental death or dismembership.
50,000 or 25,000?
50.
Oh, I got an old one there.
Is that the one that I emailed to you?
Yeah.
Huh, should be the same one. Later on in 8.9, for group medical insurance, the very first line is the town shall provide and pay for the cost of medical insurance for all full-time employees, elected officials, and their enrolled dependents. I think that there's the potential for interpretation of that could put the town in, could really expose the town to quite an expense. And I want to revise that, and the town, or what do you call this? The employee handbook can be revised by the Board of Selectmen. It was created by the Board of Selectmen. It can be revised by a majority vote. I'd like to add all three of these lines, to revise them to say, rather than what they do say now, for each full-time employee and elected official, or full-time employees and elected officials, I'd like to revise that to say full-time employee and full-time employee who are elected officials in each of those 3 lines. I think it just opens us up for too much, and this, I think, clarifies it a little bit more. So if you have any comment on that, that's what I'd like to do.
From what I read here, I can see the intent.
Yeah.
I can see it opening up a big case for the town.
Yep.
Because technically, I'm an elected official.
Yep.
I have my own health insurance, but if you read this, I should be entitled to it. And
Yeah.
I don't read it that way, but I could see how people could interpret it that way.
Right. I did, I thought about that quite a bit, and I think intent is the big part of this. It never was intent, I can't believe it was intended, and it was never established that it would be by budgeting for this kind of thing. And that's, I think, the biggest issue on that. It
Well, that was my next
wasn't
question.
budgeted for.
Was there ever any past practice with the previous people that were elected officials, whether it be town clerk or tax collector or anyone else? Has anyone else ever benefited from this language?
Just full-time, the
Just the
employees that are
full-time,
over 30
full-time,
hours, yeah.
okay.
And the elected officials that are over 30 hours. I've tried to reach out to people that were on the Board of Selectmen in 1996 when this was created and in 2006 when it was revised. But this was not part of what the revisions were, so I'm still going to research that and see that, but I think it's clear enough that it was never in any budget for this to be paid for, which says to me it was never intended to mean that everybody that's elected will be covered. So if that's what I'm going to propose, and I think I'll make the motion to revise that. All three of those lines, the second line of 8.8, the fourth line of 8.8, and the first line of 8.9, all to read the same way as I read it to you before. Full-time employees, including those full-time employees who are elected officials and their enrolled dependents.
Okay.
You second that?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Audience of citizens. Anyone have any questions or comments? No? Let's see. We have, our health district is conducting flu shots. And if you've been reading the papers lately, if you are so inclined, I think this is a great opportunity. It's free. If you have insurance, bring your insurance card, but you don't need insurance. It's provided for you for free at the Clinton Town Hall. This is a particularly bad flu from what I've been reading, and if you forgot or haven't had it yet and you want to, that's a good opportunity to do so. I am hoping that at our next Board of Selectmen's meeting, we will be talking about putting the dump landfill capping and closure out to bid,
Okay.
as well as couple of roads. We're going to put those out to bid too, but there was one other thing we're going to put out to bid. But I haven't forgotten, but I'll remember them for the next, in 2 weeks, we'll talk about it. But that landfill needs to be done. We've tried to make some modifications to the plans. We still are $100,000 underfunded, but we will try to do some of that work ourselves.
Okay.
That kind of thing, but I'll give you a better description next time. And unless there's anything else. Yeah, the last time we went out to bid, it came in at about 600,000.
What are they capping with?
I'm hoping we can get it silt from Haynes or any kind of soils around. I'm actually reaching out to dredge materials from people that are dredging marinas and things.
Cover it over?
Just cover it
Usually,
over.
most of the time, I don't know what these specs are, most of the time they'll put a liner on it and then cap it with dirt to keep any of the contaminants in.
Yeah, I
That's-
didn't
I don't know
see
what
that.
these specs-
I didn't see that in any specs of
Okay.
any of this. I wouldn't be surprised. I fully anticipate it's similar to the one in Hartford that you drive by and you just keep seeing the soils
Right.
falling down it. But
Is that just the upper area, not the lower area?
yeah, it's a pretty big area right down to where the wood, that whole hill, that whole side. So, we've got to come up with figure out another way to either find some other funding, which I have not been able to find, or find a way to save a little bit on that. And part of that's going to be maybe doing it ourselves, parts of it ourselves. But unless there's anything else, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.